Well, good morning everybody. We're all packed up and heading out. So if we see anything really cool on the way out, we'll stop and video it. Otherwise, probably won't get any video until we're fishing with Gene and Sandy. So we've got a real nice morning this morning. Wind's not blowing as hard as it has been, so the bugs are a little thicker today. But we've got about I think it was 5.35 miles up here. And then we'll get down to the van. Probably grab some Mickey D's or Pizza Hut when we get in town, and then go do some fishing. Well, we're coming up to our creek crossing. See if we can get some video crossing this without me falling and taking a bath. What do you think, guys? Would you like to see that one in a couple of months when hunting season starts? There's 3 bucks right there. And the one on the right. He is going to be a beast. Well, guys, the place we were going to fish, I couldn't get to. I couldn't find it. I've only been there once. It was probably 12, 13 years ago. My father-in-law had taken me out there, and I couldn't find my way back there again. So we're doing a little creek fishing. I just caught my first one out of this pool right here. A little brookie, about 6 inches, not big at all. So this is the creek we're going to fish. It's called Rock Creek. Gene and Sandy are up ahead of us just a little bit. So probably won't pull any big ones out of here. But we're still going to have a good time enjoying the scenery and catching some fish. There's Sandy fishing that little creek. Looks like she already has a couple that she's caught. I can't tell for sure they're catching up to us, but the boys and I are using spinners. She likes to take a spinner and then tip it with a worm on the end. That's what she's doing in those little pools in the willows. And Gene's working his way down behind her. So that's the second fish I've seen Sandy pull out of that hole. I'm sure they're all brookies. Is that what you caught, Gene?
Yes.
Brookies? Yeah.
They were.
I actually don't know what one was. I don't think it was a brookie.
So they're using rooster tails tipped with worms, which is what I thought. I remember Gene had told me in the past they like to tip their spinners with worms, so that's what Sandy's using. And she's really more, I've been watching, she's more just kind of jigging in these little pools than she is casting and reeling in. So, but she's filling her sack. Looks like there'll be fish tonight at Gene and Sandy's house.
Yeah.
Gene's taking one off the hook over there. He just caught another little brookie. Caleb, I think, is snagged. He's trying to get his lure free. So this is the little creek we're fishing, Rock Creek. Well, hey, good morning, guys. You know, I realized when we got back from our backpacking trip in Wyoming that I didn't do a minute on the mountain to the last day of that trip. And so I wanted just to continue on talking about Psalm 127, 3 and 4. I have it here, but I just want to read it for you again. It says, "Sons are a heritage from the Lord, children a reward from Him." And we talked about that a little bit on the last video. But then it goes on to say in verse 4, "Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are sons born in one's youth, and blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them." And something that jumped out at me that all of you heard, I'm sure, 100 times when you're going through hunter safety, whether you rifle hunt or archery hunt, is once you pull the trigger or once you release the arrow, you can never take that shot back. Now, I'm not saying that we no longer have influence on our children, once they leave the house. I think we do, but there's something about redeeming the time we have with our kids while they're still at home. And I think it's just so important that you and I as parents are intentional about modeling what it means to pursue God to our kids and encouraging them to do the same while they're still under our roof. Because just like you don't just aimlessly shoot a bow, you don't aimlessly shoot a rifle, we shouldn't be aimless in the way that we raise our kids. We should be intentional about the way we raise them. And so that's just my encouragement to you. It's an encouragement to me. My oldest son is 16 years old this year, and I look back and I think, where did the 16 years go? I mean, realistically, he's probably going to live in my house for 2, maybe 3 more years, depending upon his plans in college. And it's just going to be a different context of our relationship at that point. I'm not going to have the same influence over him that I do now. And so that's my encouragement to you, to be intentional. When you practice at the range for archery or when you practice with a rifle, we're very intentional about what we're trying to do. We're very intentional about getting sighted in. And I think we should have that same intentionality when it comes to raising our kids. So that's my encouragement for you today, my encouragement for me. I sure appreciate you guys coming along on all of our trips in the mountains. This backpacking trip was a lot of fun. Well, hey guys, as most of you probably know, on the first video of that backpacking trip, I mentioned that we were going to have a contest, and the prize was going to be a Krispy Kreme gift card. And the way to win that was to guess how many total fish Andrew, Caleb, and I were going to catch over that 3-day backpacking trip. And so for everybody who took the time to guess, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching and appreciate you taking the time to comment. The answer to that is 106 fish. So Caleb, Andrew, and I, between the 3 of us, caught 106. I caught 61. Caleb caught 31. Andrew caught 14. So we caught 104 brook trout, and we caught 2 graylings. Andrew caught the first grayling he's ever caught, so that was pretty fun. So I will post below the winner of the gift card based on the guesses. And thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. I hope you guys are having a great day, whatever you're doing today, and looking forward to putting out another good video for you guys.